Hi, this is Denise Estrada, and you're watching True School Sports.
Alright, hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, recent news from Daniel Jacobs. Basically, he's coming out, and all of a sudden he's saying, not all of a sudden, he's been saying this for quite a while, but I came across this recently, and he basically says that Gennady Golovkin is ducking him, and that he exposed Golovkin when they fought. Not too long ago, I believe it was March 10th they fought. So, overall, initial thoughts on that is, you know, why would Golovkin's not ducking Jacobs, because he's having a big fight with Canelo Alvarez. That's going to be like a legacy-defining fight for him. Now, is Canelo a better fighter than Daniel Jacobs? I actually don't know that one yet. I think Daniel Jacobs is a little underrated. I think his ability is a little underrated, but you know, technically he does need to tighten up on some things. Like he punches really wide, and he could be a lot more sharper as a fighter. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna do this video with like revisionist history or nothing like that. I actually did think, and I said it on my live fight reaction, that I thought, you know, Daniel Jacobs maybe should have won that fight against Golovkin. I thought he won. After watching the fight again, you know, a lot of the punches that I thought were landing, you know, he was slapping with a lot of them. And on top of that, Golovkin's jab was the more effective one. Golovkin had the knockdown. Golovkin just, you know, it was Daniel Jacobs put up a good fight. I think his stock went up that night. And if you still want to call him the second best middleweight in the world, I have no problem with that. But I don't think Golovkin is ducking him. And I sure as hell don't think that he exposed Golovkin. I thought he was just a talented middleweight who weighed 190 pounds on fight night, who was able to take his best shot and his jab because of the extra weight. So, and I'm pretty sure I've seen an interview where he's actually admitted to that. You know, that the game plan was to actually put on the weight so he could take the punches. I'm pretty sure there's an interview out there. I can't remember if it was on Fight Hub or what, but I'll go look it up after this is over and see if I'm correct in my memory. But here's what he said in regards to Golovkin ducking him. He said the following, and he said, I quote, "The ultimate challenge was Triple G. They knew I was going to get knocked out. People just knew I was going to lose. I was an 8-1 underdog, so I was able to not show the world that I am what I say I am. But I was able to make your favorite fighter, the guy that they say is boogeyman, look very ordinary. Now, the most feared fighter in the sport is ducking another fighter that, because I'm not hearing any rematch in camp, I'm hearing 4 or 5 fights down the line. He might be retired in 4 or 5 fights down the line. You just don't know." He then went on by saying, "The fights will be determined if Canelo can take Triple G's shots." And he went on by saying, "I think I proved myself that night. I think you saw the best Daniel Jacobs in that fight, but you didn't see the best Triple G. A lot of people are talking good things about me than they are Triple G after the fight. What other fighter that you've seen lost a fight on paper that's getting so much praise and recognition for such a job well done? I feel like I truly won the fight. Me not being the favorite going into the fight and showing the world exactly what I did. I gave my heart. I gave everything I had that night. You didn't see the boogeyman that night. You saw me dismantle and expose a lot of his flaws, which I said I was going to do. I'm happy about my performance, but the best is yet to come." He then went on by saying, "We're going to keep pushing because clearly he doesn't want a rematch in the immediate future, so we'll see what happens." But, you know, I gotta say, Daniel Jacobs, you know, he definitely won me over with the fact that he was able to sit in there and take his shots, but I definitely think that was because of the extra weight. Now, I want to see if Jacobs can do that without being a cruiserweight on fight night. You know, Golovkin, to me, from a skill standpoint, always better than Jacobs technically. He has a sharper jab, wins the battle positioning more times than not. And power-wise, definitely a better power punch than Jacobs. Why do you think it was so hard for Jacobs to actually land anything meaningful on Golovkin? You know, he landed some punches on Golovkin, but he never really landed that one shot that truly hurt Golovkin or had him retreating or buckled his leg. So, all I can say to Jacobs is, look, you had your chance in the night. You know, you did fight a good fight. Your stock definitely went up. You can't take that away from him, from Jacobs. But did he actually do enough to take the belt from the champ? Unfortunately for him, no. But I do think you could give him 4 or 5 rounds. It was definitely a good performance from him. So, you know, I'm rooting for Jacobs. I want to see him get on this Gennady Golovkin and Canelo undercard. I think he's definitely earned that right to at least fight like a David Lemieux and showcase his skills against potentially maybe 1 million people. I think we're looking at 1 million people maybe buying that fight. So that's what it is. But as far as him exposing and all that stuff and saying that Golovkin was ordinary and all that stuff, Golovkin is like 35, 36 years old. So you're not gonna see Golovkin get any better. He's either gonna stay the same, which is pretty good because he's knocked out everybody he's fought, excluding Jacobs, or he's gonna get slightly worse or on follow times to hit him. So who knows? Maybe Jacobs catches him at the right time if they can get a rematch. But as for him exposing Golovkin and feeling that he won the fight, that's his perspective. But after rewatching it, he needed to do more. Unfortunately for him, he didn't do it. So I wish Jacob had nothing but the best, and I really do want to see him on this Gennady Golovkin undercard because he does deserve that much. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.